Khan. Hey. Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, shalom, beloved Akiyam and Akwath. Let's just buy on back again through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And just want to do a quick live stream, pretty much responding to more madness that was said by your boy Demon Hassad and from your boys over at Genesis. You know, these complete reprobates. But needless to say, this is not about a back and forth. You know, the spirit is prioritizing prophecy. You know, that's our priority. But we are set in defense of the gospel. You know, so this is a necessary task. There's new listeners that are going to be coming in. You know, that are going to come across these videos. You know, with men, the true men contending against these false prophets. All right, and hey, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, it could pull a sheep out of the fire, man. You know, so it is a necessary task, but Yahweh Shai's priority, prophecy's priority. All right, we put these niggas on the back burner, but hey, we got to speak on them. You know, we got to make sense of what they're fumbling on. You know, and as we know, you know, those guys over at Genesis, they turned into diehard Bible Belt Christians, you know, overnight. So now they're taking scriptures and they could completely twisting them up, you know, and they make it look good too, you know, because again, they were once in the fold. They had a level of understanding, so they're able to take specific scriptures and weaponize them, you know, and they're only gonna get the undesirables at the end of the day. Now, real quick, the latest fiasco that these niggas are talking about is what's that, Matthew 12? Is what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna get the receipt. Supposedly now Israelites can, heathen can judge Israelites. All right, when upon us being delivered already. Supposedly, heathens are gonna be able to judge Israelites, man. Crazy work. Now I'm gonna play this from the brother. His YouTube is by Biblical Defenders. I'm gonna use his video because he brings it up in the beginning real quick. Just take a listen.
You might want to wait for them to answer and then ask the second question.
I don't care. It don't matter to me. Go ahead.
Just to keep it clean. You got it.
Okay. So
I got the first part. What's the second part?
So in verse 27, is Paul teaching that the uncircumcised non-Israelite going to judge, the uncircumcised non-Israelite who keep the law, going to judge the circumcised Israelites who break the law? Yes or no?
Okay, so you're asking me this question and then you're gonna ask another one, or is that all you're asking me?
Well, we could keep on. I mean, you could just answer that, bro. I ain't gonna stack on.
Okay, no problem. So am I yes and then I can expound, or what? I'm saying, am I able to answer yes or no and then expound, or what? Okay, absolutely. Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. This is such an easy question. This is so easy, and this is how I know that most of y'all really don't read the Bible for real, because Christ literally says almost verbatim the exact same thing. Let me pull that up in, I believe, Matthew chapter 12. And let's just read the words of Christ. Matthew chapter 12 and verse, look at this. This is easy. Verse 42. The queen of the south. Who's this? The queen of Sheba. This is a Gentile. This is a non-Israelite. This is a Cushite. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment. Meaning, other versions, he read other versions. He should have never introduced that. Other versions literally say to judge. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation and do what? Condemn it. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite. Christ said that a Gentile is going to be able to condemn an Israelite. That's all Paul is speaking about. In Romans 2, what he's talking about is a Gentile who's uncircumcised, which is by nature. Meaning, when you're...
Yeah, but when? When is a heathen going to be able to condemn an Israelite? He's doing all that screaming. All right? When is a heathen going to be able to condemn an Israelite? Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to that real quick. All right? Because again, how Yahweh Shai moved. We know Yahweh Shai spoke in parables. We know Yahweh Shai, well, he went deep. And if you're not part of the elect, you're not going to be able to pick up what he's putting down. Now, real quick. And they're trying hard. You see how hard they're trying? Bear with me. But that's when we step in to make it make sense from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. When you go to Matthew chapter 12, and I'm actually going to stop a little bit because it's all cohesive. Right? This is Yahweh speaking. It says, but he answered and said unto them, an evil and an adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. Right? For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of earth. Right? He would be crucified and be raised up on the third day. Right? That's what he was talking to. Right? Look at the men of Nineveh. Here we go. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it. Right, the men of Nineveh shall rise up in judgment in this generation, on this side. Okay? Listen, hold on. And shall condemn it because they repented at the preaching of Jonas, and behold, the greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation. Same talking point. And shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Yahweh Shai was going deep on them right here, man. Because Yahweh Shai was talking to reincarnation, all right, and at the same time talking to judgment day that's going to come. Okay? Because remember, wicked niggas, he was talking to these wicked niggas, man, these wicked scribes and Pharisees, man. Okay, he's all, another translation says to judge. Yeah, the reincarnation, hello. Okay, all them niggas from Nineveh, Queen of Sheba, and the rest of them, from leaders to regular Joe Six-Packs, they're back. All souls belong to Yahweh Shai. All souls belong to Yahweh Shai, bro. Doesn't it say every single one of us are gonna have to go on the judgment seat, bro? That goes for everybody. Okay? All souls belong to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? So guess what? During this time when judgment day hits, let me go get this real quick. What is that? Is that 2 Peter? That has nothing to do with when we're in the kingdom, in our glory, okay? The heathen are going to be raising up against us, man. Judging us. No, the scriptures explicitly tell us that the heathen are our heritage, bro. The heathen are our natural born slaves. We're under them right now because we fell out of rank. We fell out of order. All right, we broke the first covenant, man. You see? No, man. The heathen are our natural born slaves, bro. They're our property, bro. They're our heritage, bro, forever. Tells us this in Leviticus. All right, Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. All right. The heathen will be given to us as an inheritance, bro, man. No, Psalms, the 2nd chapter, excuse me. All right, Revelations, the 2nd chapter. Come on, man. We're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Real quick. This is the point of this is the book of excuse me. Let me see if this is what I want. Yeah, this is what I want. The Wadi Halabash Mel Shai. I'm going to start at verse 5, right? This is 2 Peter 3 and 5, and it reads, "For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of power the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that was then was, being overflowed with water, perished." Right, and that was the first death. Okay? That was the first death when the Lord flooded everything, man. The great flood. All right? Where all these other nations stemming out of Shem, Ham, and Japheth have some type of history on. Because it really took place. Okay? Now, this is going to talk to the second death. Look, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, right? The heavens and the earth, which is talking to what? The rulership that is now. And what happened to Esau at the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, bro? What the hell are you guys talking about, man? We're going to be coming into the second covenant. Well, we're going to be extraterrestrials, man. How in the world are heathen going to judge an extraterrestrial? Look it. This is how you know they don't understand that they don't understand what Yahweh Shai was saying. All right? Yahweh Shai was specifically speaking about this generation. You see? Coming into the day of judgment. Look it. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men, bro. The second death, doesn't scriptures tell us that it's going to be for the wicked? All right, aren't 2/3 of our people wicked right about now? Of course, bro. They're going to take part in the judgment, bro. Come on, man. Let's make it make sense, bro. Because at the end of the day, when you tap into the scriptures tell us evil shall flee from us, man. We're no longer going to be in a situation. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I want to say that second Esdras, the 8th chapter. We're not going to have to worry about no evil coming upon us, man. I'm sure not going to have to worry about no heathen. And as a matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick, because another piece just came to mind. Because speaking of the Queen of Sheba, hold on. There it goes, real quick. Isaiah 8 and 53, it tells us what? The root of evil. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 52. It says, "For unto you is paradise open. The tree of life is planted. The time is come, is prepared." Right, the time of Jacob, right? "Plenteousness is made ready. A city is builded, the kingdom, and rest is allowed." Not getting beat upside the head and kicked in the ass with a steel-toe boot anymore. No, man. And that's how you know, again, they don't understand what. And what's so frustrating is that I believe that they know that they're doing this. They're doing this intentionally. Like, they sold out, and I believe they know they're going off, and they're working for that. They're working for that million hard, man. They're working for that $1 million hard, bro. It's a damn shame. You know, but anyways, a city is built and rest is allowed. Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom. Okay? We're going to be all righteous. We're going to be immortal. We're going to be under the second covenant. This is the point. The root of evil is sealed up from you, man. Come on, bro. Weakness in the moth is hid from you. Right? We're going to be incorruptible. And corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. We're going to be immortal, man. What's it going to look like, a heathen beating on an immortal? That shit doesn't even make any sense. Oh, and speaking of the Queen of Sheba, is she a Hamite? All right, this is how the Hamites are going to be looking in the kingdom. The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 14. All right, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, all Hamites, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine." See, what's that mean? They're going to be our property. They're our heritage. They're part of our heritage. They're our slaves, bro. All these heathen are. And they're going to find that out. Look, they shall come after thee in chains, bro. They shall come over and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, right? They're going to be begging, okay? Look, surely, power is in thee. Saying surely is power in thee. And there is none else. There is no power, bro. Okay? That's the conclusion that they're going to come to. So as the other nations, bro. All of them. You see? The scriptures tell us that these heathen... Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can find this real quick. It's a psalm. I believe it's from the sons of Korith. Let me see something real quick. Bear with me. Is that Psalms Sons of Korah, I believe. Talking about how the heathen are gonna fall underneath our feet. I found it. Psalms 47. All right. Psalms 47. I'm gonna start from verse 1. We're gonna read on down. All right. This is what's gonna happen in the kingdom, bro. Look at Psalms 47:1. To the chief musician, the psalm of the sons of Korah. All right, which were Levites. So we know who the audience is. The sons of Korah were Levites, bro. All right, look it. Oh, clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto power with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us. All right, the people are going to be subdued under us, man. And then in the nations under our feet. Let's read that one more time. Psalms 47:3. He shall subdue the people under us. Possessive pronoun us, because it's talking to Israel. All right, these people are going to be subdued under Israel, man. Upon us coming into power. And the nations, plural, under our feet. Going into various scriptures where it says they should look up the dust of our feet, which now is talking about them licking our feet. Literally, it's talking about them being under subjection, bro. Them serving. They're ministering, man. All right? And they're going to love it as well. Okay? Because they're going to be living long, healthy, okay, peaceful lives, man. After that 1,000-year captivity, obviously. And they're going to be able to enjoy a paradise. They're going to love serving us, man. Either heathen paying tribute to us, and they're going to love it. And that scripture say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. They're not going to have a problem. Okay? They're not going to have a problem. We're going to be fully with it. Because they're going to be reaping the benefits of the of the garden east of Eden. The earth is going to be brought back to its paradise estate when we rule under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. They're going to have no problem with it. All right? You look at this. Verse 4, Psalms 47:4. He shall choose our inheritance for us. And again, pursuing the Leviticus, I think it's 25, part of our inheritance, man. Again, they're our natural born slaves. They belong to us, man. And just because they're our natural born slaves don't mean we're going to, do them dirty. Like the first 1,000-year captivity, that's a different type of time spent. Like, again, the Yahweh Shai made the mention they're going to be beaten with a rod of iron, man. Judgment. They're going into captivity, man. They're gonna fall victim to that rigorous rule. That's just prophecy. That's the patience of the saints right there, bro. That has to play out, man. And that's just the reality. But after that, come on, man. They're gonna be as it tells us in Isaiah, what's that, 14? They're gonna have a burial, meaning what? They're gonna have a resting place. They're gonna have a little plot of land. They're gonna be able to live their life, man, and do their thing and enjoy life, bro. Remember, Solomon's gonna be ruling, man, Prince of Peace, right? Yahweh Shai, man. The earth is gonna be peace, but judgment got to take off first. Remember, justice and judgment is the habitation of the Lord's throne, man. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. Judgment got to take off first, and then, better is the end of a thing than the beginning of it thereof. Anyways, check this out. Psalms 47:4. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. Selah. All right? And this is what it is, man. All right? The righteous Hey, the righteous are going to live forevermore, man. All right, we're not going to be put in a position where we're going to get beat upside the head by a heathen, all right, in the kingdom of heaven. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 15, and it reads, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward is also with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore, shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. Man, 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, the crowning ceremony. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them, bro. All right, how the hell is he even gonna penetrate that? Okay, we are gonna be on a whole nother level, bro. All right, we're gonna have chariots above our palaces and stuff, man. The scriptures tell us that. What's that? Is that what scripture is that? We're gonna have chariots, clouds above us, man. What's that? Isaiah. Oh man, let me see if I can get that real quick. Oh, as a matter of fact, I know where that's at, because it's right there with the 7 women shall cleave. It's in that same chapter. Ready? Right here. Khan. And if the Spirit of the Lord, I'll close out right here. I'm not gonna force it. I'm just bringing out the reality of the future and our rulership, bro. How we're not gonna be beat upside the head by no Queen of Sheba, no niggas from Nineveh, or any other heathen. It's not possible. Yahweh Shai was speaking about this time. They will rise up in judgment upon this during this generation, bro. You see? Not in the eon of Jacob, niggas. And they know that though. If you believe me. If you understand where these guys came from. You know? They're snaring who they can. You know, they're catching who they can with the madness. You know, they're only gonna get the undesirables. All right. Isaiah 4. Yeah, man, our warfare is accomplished, man. What's these niggas talking about? Trying to put us back into captivity in the kingdom. You niggas are out of your rabbit, lined up nigga minds, man. All right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 4. I'm gonna go straight to the point. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to the point. In verse 5, Isaiah 4 and 5, and the Lord Yahweh will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assemblies a cloud, bro. What's that talking about? The chariots. Can we prove it? Look at a cloud and smoke by day, right? And the shining of a flaming fire by night, just like when we left Egypt. Now, let's prove that this is talking about a chariot. The chariot, excuse me. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Bear with me, Yaki. I'm gonna knock off. Yep, the book of Psalms, chapter 104 and verse 1. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, O Lord Yahweh, my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, bro. Yeah, the power we serve, man, his wisdom, his wisdom can't be comprehended, bro. As scriptures tell us, 2nd Esdras 8, his throne is inestimable, unmeasurable, incalculable. This is the power that we serve. This is the God of Israel. Listen to this. Who covereth thyself with light as with a garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain, right? Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, bro. All right, so the clouds, that's allegorical, that's a buzzword, that's a code word, all right, for the chariots, man. When you hear clouds, and this is what's being expounded upon in Isaiah 4. This is talking about the kingdom. Look it. And the Lord Yahweh, Isaiah 4 and 5, and the Lord Yahweh will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assemblies a cloud and smoke by day and the shining of a flaming fire by night. All right, look at this. Why? Look it. For upon all the glory shall be a defense, bro. You're telling me a raggedy terrestrial heathen is going to be able to penetrate that, bro? Come on now. Showing you Yahweh Shai wasn't talking about this Jacob's eon. He was talking about now, judgment day, bro. You see, and he was stopping into reincarnation if you can pick up what he was putting down. You know? Because what is in is now, bro. What? The Numbers 14. After 3 to 4 generations, you come back. But they lost sight of all that. So now they're looking at the scriptures, you know, veins on the side of their head, you know, foaming at the mouth, you know, itching to get another check. From the Rosicrucians. But anyways, let's continue on. And there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm, from rain, bro. We're going to be on a whole nother level. And the heathen is going to be the last thing we got to worry about. You know? But what these guys are in place to do, all right, they're in place to shake the faith, all right, of the undesirables and of the unstable. Okay? But, hey, at the end of the day, they're only going to get the undesirables, bro. All right? Because the true worshippers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are standing on the foundation of Yahweh Shai, which is prophecy, man. All right? And it's an unmovable, unshakable faith. Okay? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the elect's shield and buckler, bro. And none will he lose, man. None. Okay? And that's the reality of this day, man. But the men of the Lord were set in defense of the gospel. You know? And, you know, again, our main focus is prophecy and glorifying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know? And speaking on the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai made in efforts to bring us into good graces with our power. You know, but at the end of the day, we also are set in defense of the gospel. We must speak on damnable heresies. You know, we must speak on the foxes of Israel, man. Hey, stay prayed up, beloved Aki Amenak Wath. Hey, Lord willing, you were edified. Abaratazah, you were spiritually fed. And Lord willing, you were informed. Through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hey, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Kwadash. Hey, double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Hey, till next time, beloved Aki Amenak Wath. Hey, Shalom.